All right. Hello and welcome everyone to the. Oh wow, studio mic is way too high. Hello and welcome. You know what? I'm just. Hello and welcome. No, it's still maxing out. Whatever. This is the joy of level editing. This is the joy of level editing. That was the intro, and this is a little bit of an awkward episode because we're doing Kinix's Cosmic Realm map, where he just added in a bunch of transfers, and that was that. But you are joining us now at the end of revisions. We have already done everything. We're done. And so we're just going to kind of go over...
Omega's a stinky dum-dum and forgot to record.
The recording settings were different. I've got... There's scenes and prop... The one I was recording didn't have any audio. No, there was no talking. It was just...
That doesn't change my point. Omega is a stinky dum-dum and forgot to record.
Fair enough. So what we're going to do right here is we're just going to quickly go over what changed from the original map to this one. So first, I'm just going to go ahead and save this as Kinix Cosmic.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go ahead and transfer the level again. This is just a little bit of a tutorial in transferring levels. And we are just going to go ahead and go back to the beginning here. So this is what we started with. A lot of the map was just redoing the visuals. There was nothing really wrong with any of the track layout. We brightened up these little track ends here by changing the emit color here to fit better and more brightly, just so the theme fit a little bit better. We did a whole bunch of particle nonsense with that that I will go over in a sec. And we also discussed some fun texturing strategies for specularity. So an easy way to change the detailing on an object, especially a spherical object, is to change the specularity, which is... In short, it is just like what you see when a light object is reflected off of a point on the texture. So you turn the alpha down, and that spot gets brighter and brighter and brighter until eventually it basically takes up a majority of the object here.
If you're a fun science nerd, it just messes with how the light is diffused across the object.
Yes. And if you're not a science nerd, it's still good to know. And we just turned.
We need to have a battle of the nerds, 'cause I'm not a science nerd, I'm a history nerd.
And then turned up the bump here to get that nice kind of terrain texture, so there was a little bit of depth and detail to it instead of it just being this big fuzzy ball. And then we duplicated that right here and changed this.
I think you actually used the rotate gizmo for it.
I did. But it's easier to just change it through the little rotation object things there. It's just so that it was a little bit more round, like so.
Yep. Kind of smoothing out the
smoothing out the rings so that they don't have as many visible segments. Then what we did was we turned down the animations speed to 1/10 of what it was. And basically increase the scale factor for everything by 10, Let's do duration here.
I think
Oh,
we want
that's a
the
golden
animation
animator.
duration.
That's a golden animator. That's why that's not doing it. There we go. If you double click on an object, then it, there we go. So it gave off much more of a like big objects in space turning slowly. We applied the same trick that we did to the planet to these asteroids right here, where we turned the spec, the alpha, the specularity alpha down, and then just messed with the shading that way, turned up the bump. Found a good kind of like middle ground so that the asteroids had a little bit more life to them, reacted to the light a bit more here than what we had right here. And then did the same with this planet over here, and then there's fun stuff that we did with the black hole. We also increased the Skyfar to triple what it had been so that the entirety of the track was visible from the start, because there's really no reason for it not to be in a level this small. And we moved this accelerodrome way up. And I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all what we did with the black hole here, because that was some funky editing right there. So in order to make this black hole appear as though it actually was sucking stuff up, we just put a black sphere right behind it, because without that sphere, bam, it's just stars. So it's not a real black hole. So that's an important function. And I learned a bunch of stuff about pro-physics and pro-time controls. Changing the acceleration to a negative number greatly increases the time, the speed difference between the outer and the inner ring here, apparently. Something like the velocity variance.
Yep.
Oh, no, wait. I think that's mostly the velocity variance.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of velocity variance, and
it's your base velocity, it's your velocity variance, it's your acceleration speed. They all kind of work together to give that effect of it slowing down towards the edges. Also, the fact that they're just smaller particles near the edges really helps with that too.
Yes, I still don't understand it. I'm gonna be straightforward. I get very little.
I can tell you from experience of trying to figure out how to make particles work. Just click on everything until you get something you like.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is the best way to learn
just
particles.
Use the randomize all
everything.
values until something starts working. Yeah, I mean, it's video game math. It's applied mathematics.
Yeah.
So so
most
this
stuff does what you think it does, unless you're looking at like the pro
yes.
controls and stuff.
I forgot. That's the other thing we did. We changed the asteroid particles here. We added some cloud particles, to which we turned down the average color so that it wasn't overbearing or glaring. Kept those at blend add, and we gave it sort of like an orangish brownish color, and that was really it.
And then there's the solid ones as well.
And then we got some cloud particles, which was just another cloud particle object. Or no, we got little pebbles, like floating debris. That was just a cloud particle object with really reduced scale. Changed the draw mode to solid, and
that was about it.
Increased the particle count. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That brings us to the end. And so now I'm going to do a fun thing that I've never done before on these videos. I am going to slap in a funky comparison.
Ooh, fancy.
So there's going to be there's going to be a lot of comparing going on right after we finish this video right here. So so yeah, shorter video today, but smaller level, and I never know how to end these videos. I don't have like a catchphrase.
Eat your broccoli, not your hands.
What are you talking about? Yeah, you do. Cap your splines.
Cap your splines, exactly. Cap your splines,
Right.
children.
Yes.